Hey guys, how's it going? We need some music. There we go. How is it going? We are live. We are going to be playing some Satisfactory. How's it all going? For me, it is going well. I'm excited to be streaming. I'll also, I'm also quite excited because I saw lots of wildlife in the last few days. I saw in our garden where we live, we've got a rabbit or a bunny. It's not an adult. I don't quite know how old it is, but it's been very enjoyable to kind of just see it bouncing around in the garden, eating the grass and the leaves and things. So yeah, that brings me a lot of joy. And what was it I saw the other day? I saw a Eurasian sparrowhawk land on the fence. So yeah, very exciting to see lots of wildlife in our garden. It is a bit cooler now. I know the last few streams have been very warm for me. So yeah, today is a bit cooler, but obviously I'm in my office. I'm streaming, and that means I have all the doors and windows closed and a ton of electronics all around me that are heating up. Stephen in the YouTube Shorts chat says they gave me a sub. Oh, thank you very much. Thank you for the sub. Welcome on in. That brings us to 315, which is cool. Insane that there's 315 people that choose to watch me and chose to hit that subscribe button, but yeah, I can't imagine what 315 people in a room looks like. That's a very crowded room. But yeah, today we are going to be doing some Satisfactory. I do have a plan. We're going to be working on our plastic and oil factory. And we're going to probably be tearing most of it down and rebuilding it. So yeah, let's get... I don't really have anything else to talk about at the moment, so yeah, let's get straight into it. And I'm just going to get my plan up. There we go. So I put that... Let's just put that up there for now. Cool. Okay, so we're starting things off at our assembling factory, where we've got all of our train inputs and things. If we have time today, we'll make some progress on this. But we're currently stood on top of a train, so let's hop in there. And we are going to want to head to our steel factory, because obviously our oil factory doesn't have a train station yet. That's what we're going to be building today. So let's head there straight away. So at the moment we just have a kind of very basic oil and rubber setup, but there's a ton of different things that I'm going to want to be making today. And I have done a fair bit of planning for this stream, so touch wood, it all goes smoothly. Yeah. Last time I had a plan, it was to use trucks, and I forgot about truck fuel, so I'm sure there will be something that I've forgotten about. But yeah, we're heading along the beach here, and then we're going to be turning in just a little bit, passing by our steel train. Hello! Give it a little honk. And at this point I'm going to turn off self-driving, I'm going to brake, and then I'm now in control of this train. I am the driver, thank you very much. No one else will drive me. And we're going to be heading this way, turning right here to where our current oil and rubber setup is. And we're going to go straight into the buffers from 100 kilometers an hour to 0. And what do you reckon these buffers are made out of? Because they're just like, they can just bring a train no matter how fast it's going, to an instant stop. So yeah, they must be made out of something pretty sturdy to not break the buffers. I mean, they look very metallic. I mean, they're made out of pipes encased steel, encased industrial beams. I can't remember what that's called, in concrete. So yeah, I imagine that's pretty sturdy. Now, this is our current setup. I have turned all of this off, so it's easier to dismantle and we don't have tons of loose items and things. And we did have an oil extractor going into 4 refineries that made rubber and heavy oil residue. The rubber is what we wanted and what's in this storage container. The heavy oil residue we didn't want, so then we turned that into petroleum coke and did a similar thing over here but with plastic, and then we put anything extra into a sink so we could get rid of it. And we did store some of the petroleum coke as well over here. So yeah, and then over here we won't be touching any of this today, but this is our because it's very manual input, this is currently our kind of weapons factory. It's making explosive rebar and it's making rifle ammo. And that did that audio come through for you guys? I don't think it did, but Enzo Loves Roblox, thank you very much for the YouTube sub. Can see that came through. YouTube subs only come through on screen if you're publicly sharing them. Obviously there is no expectation for anyone to sub, let alone publicly share them, but it does appear in my my subscription feed. So yeah, thank you very much for the sub. Right, so first thing we've got to do today, in fact I'll tell you what our plan is. I've laid out these tracks here that are in line there. Obviously there's a factory in the way at the moment, so yeah, we're going to have a train station here, and that's going to be for what's this called, packaged fuel and canisters, because that's something that we can make as well. And then over here the train will kind of go through that station and around to this one, and this is where we're going to have a load of other bits and pieces. We're going to be having is this the petroleum coke thing again? Yep, petroleum coke, packaged heavy oil residue, fabric, plastic and rubber, and they're all in very specific places. Hopefully my planning has worked. I haven't actually built these stations yet, so I'm not entirely sure, but I think I've counted everything correctly and everything should line up. And then I have started placing some things over here. I made this big concrete multicolored area, and yeah, haven't set any of the recipes yet, but I did want to start to get some kind of machines in place, and I've got a little kind of reminder here as to what each recipe is going to be. So yeah, the first thing that we've got to do is we've got to take down our old factory, but we don't actually want to soft lock ourselves because the train stations and the refineries and things will need plastic and rubber. So because we're not going to be producing any, this is why we always have a backlog. And if we look in this storage container here, you can see that we have a ton of rubber and rubber in the dimensional depot there, and we've got plastic over there as well. So the first thing that we're going to do is we're going to move the storage over to here, and then reconnect the dimensional depots so that we have a constant supply of anything that we might need. So let's sort our inventory first of all, and let's take all that rubber, or well, not quite all of it, and we're just going to do a bit of manual moving to start with. It is so much nicer to be streaming when it's not 30 degrees in my office. That is Yeah, if you don't know, in the UK we've had a bit of a heat wave recently, and it's been melting and roasting. It's easily been hitting 30 degrees in my office. I have a fan on, but it didn't do much in the way of kind of alleviating it. It just kind of moved the hot air around. So I think I can dismantle all of this now. I should have enough space for everything. Aha! And our train line is more exposed, which sounds dodgy, but you know what I mean. It's easier to access. Right, so did I put this in the right one? I don't think I put it in the right one. I can't remember which one I set for... oh yes, the one further back is actually the one that's... yeah, okay. This one's going to be the one that has the dimensional depot on top. So let's just grab one of them. Organization, dimensional depot, and we want to be on this inventory right here. If you are new to this game and do have any questions, please do just let me know and I will do my best to try and answer them. Okay, so that's our rubber. Then we've got to do the same thing with our plastic, which is over here, and then with petroleum coke. So I think that's all that we're making at the moment. We will be making lots of other things that we are going to need for future factories and whatnot. So let's grab the plastic and fill our inventory. Fantastic. Also do let me know how volumes and things are today, how the balance of everything is. I've done some tweaks and changes between streams, and yeah, it's always a gamble when you do that because you never know exactly how it's going to do. Hi to Itaclone, that's a cool name, in the YouTube Shorts chat. Welcome on in. How's it going? So yeah, we can now dismantle this and this. Leave a floating dimensional depot. And we were actually taking some of the plastic from our fuel production over here, but yeah, that's not going to be needed. Eventually this will all come down as well, so I can just dismantle this belt. And yeah, that one can also disappear, as can that. It's looking very strange. Let's take the plastic and put it over. In fact, can we take some of the petroleum coke, save us a journey? There we go. And then we just head over here. And shall we put dimensional depots on everything at this stage? Hopefully we've got enough Mercer spheres. If not, we're going to have to go exploring. So a bit of plastic in there. Grab a dimensional depot. Grab a belt. And that should be uploading the plastic. Then what's this one? That's fabric, which we haven't actually unlocked. That's on the side of the screen to remind me to unlock it. So we can put that in there. Then we just go another dimensional depot. I wonder whether we're going to have enough Mercer spheres. We'll have enough of everything else, but we might have to reprioritize. Also, guys, when I inevitably forget and I'm trying to make plastic and wondering why I can't put any can't select the recipe, then please do remind me that it's because I haven't unlocked the recipe yet. That's something that we'll do together. How many more dimensional depots do we need? We need 2. We have the exact amount. That is really nice. I'm very pleased with how that works out, but that does mean that we have no flexibility going forward. So, yeah, that's going to be a problem for future Clevprof, really. Future Clevprof hates present Clevprof because future Clevprof is always left with the problems of present Clevprof, and yeah, I'm very much a we'll cross that bridge when we come to it type of person, so yeah. Right, so shall we get the train lines in and stations? I think maybe that would be a good place to start. So let's get rid of this here and that one, and we want to be on our train. Gonna have a quick drink, make sure you guys are hydrated as well. Now, if anyone else in the chat has a beard, or a mustache, I don't know if you have this problem, but when you drink something like that, the mustache gets wet. I think I do need to give it a bit of a trim at some point. But yeah, please let me know that I'm not the only person that has that problem. So now the real question is, does everything line up? I mean, it's looking good that way. These won't because they're both outs. And then this one should... Yes. Okay. Well, that's promising for the future. So we can connect those into there. And then we just need to do another train station here. We probably want to name this one. Why has it not got power? Oh, because it's not connected yet, because we need to dismantle that factory. I'm a bit all over the place. I have a plan, but as long as things get done, it doesn't really matter what order they get done in. So what's this going to be? Should we say Oil Factory 2, we call this one? Rather than Samara? Oil Factory 2. And then that one, the station that's going to be here, can be Oil Factory 1. Let's get rid of the buffer stop. And that one, right, okay. Back onto our train one, which is right here. We're missing wire. Of course we are. Of course we're missing wire. Why wouldn't we be missing wire? Wire is one of those things that when you're building train stations, it just absolutely eats through because each train station uses 200 wire. So, yeah, let's hop on a train and head back to our, what we're going to want to go to, Copper Rocky Desert, I think. So let's turn on self-driving, and we can do a bit of a tour. Ladies and gentlemen, please fasten your seatbelts as we take a journey on Clevprof train. Now, on your right, you will see the stunning waterfall, but with a penguin dinosaur majestically bathing. And as we head under the rocky arch, we are entering into the Rocky Desert, I think this is called. I'm not the best tour guide, to be honest, guys. And we will be and you can see the coast with a magnificent archway back on our left, and we're entering into the desert. There is cactus, there is vegetation, and there will just be a short delay while we wait for this train to pass in front of us. And we are resuming our journey, passing another magnificent penguin dinosaur. Lots of different nodes and things here. Penguin dinosaur. There's a lot of penguin dinosaurs, and if you didn't know, that's what I call these things. I think their government name is like space giraffe whale tick thing, but space giraffe whale penguin tick thing. Oh, and they're magical, by the way, because they can you can ride a train through them and it doesn't hurt them. So yeah, they look a bit like dinosaurs, and they've got penguin in the official name, so I call them penguin dinosaurs because why not? Have a bit of fun, have a bit of whimsy in your life. Okay, so this is our copper factory. You can see our iron factory there, concrete, and this little section here is our copper, which I have actually changed a little bit because I've started getting that that concrete over there for bringing future things into the train network. I've planned like 4 or 5 streams ahead, so it's quite tricky to kind of remember where I'm up to versus where I've got planned. Okay, where would I find wire? Wire is heading into here, so let's just grab 3 stacks of that. That should be fine. And then we can take our train back that is currently complaining. And we want to go back to steel factory because it's still not connected to the network. And off we go. So yeah, our iron factory, can't zoom out, but that's our iron factory there producing lots of stuff. And that's our copper. This is our little concrete production that we've got going on here. And then we've got trains that are loading the iron ore and taking it to the factory. And our output for our iron factory is a train station down there. You can just see it over the top. This is more copper producing facilities over here. And everything at the moment will be ending up at the assembling factory. But eventually we'll be able to take it to other factories across the world. Down in that area you won't be able to see it because of all the rocks and things. There is a steel factory as well. So yeah, trains really do unlock the world. There's a lot of it makes the world start to feel quite small when you're working on like train level, because like when you're walking around you feel quite small and the world's massive. I mean, I haven't actually explored the whole world yet. I've got all of this area to explore and lots more factories to go. I've been playing on this world since I think January 2024. And it's a world that I primarily do on stream. I don't do any big changes on stream. I just do I do all my big changes on stream. I don't build any new buildings or anything like that off stream. And I do kind of do a bit of planning, as you saw with all of our planning over here. But that's kind of the extent of what I do off stream. Like, I'll run train lines to different places and I'll plan out a factory and things, but yeah, all the actual factory building and things happens on stream. I might like build a logistics floor off stream, because otherwise it's not going to be a very entertaining stream. It's going to be 3 hours of me going, where does this conveyor belt go? How do I do this? Why is this one only working at 98% efficiency? All that kind of stuff. Which, in my opinion, doesn't make very good content. I don't have I don't do that many streams. I don't like stream daily or anything like that. So, yeah, I save the fun, exciting stuff for stream. Like all of this. There we go. So we can just connect all of these up into the train station, into the freight platforms like that. Okay. And this is called, I'm sorry to anyone who lives in this place, S. Hertogenbosch, which doesn't make the most sense for me, so I'm going to call this Oil Factory 1. This one's 1, and that one is 2. I did get that the right way round. Yes. Okay, so now that the train stations are built, we actually need to connect them to our train network, which means we have fun things to do. Dismantle time. We get rid of all of this, get rid of all of that. There's lots of things to select, and we will try and just select as many as we can, like that. Whoa! Cool. Let's land because we are running low on fuel. And then we end up with floating conveyor belts. Because gravity doesn't apply to everything on this weird alien planet. So let's just dismantle all of this, try and select as much as we can. I think I'm dismantling the power as well there, but we can reconnect that. Let's refuel, and up we go. Just try and dismantle all of this. Our inventory is going to be full of random stuff. Yes, we disconnected the power there. So let's make sure that we reconnect that. Where's the pylon? There it is. Although, eventually we'll probably just be bringing the power off of there. So we won't need the power coming into all of that. Okay, and then let's see. Can we do this? And just dismantle a ton of stuff as well. Probably dismantling some of where the train is going to be going. Can only dismantle 50, which is annoying. Oh, and we could die. That was very close. Look at my health. That was insane. That was insanely close. Whew. Let's help it out a bit, and let's eat some barrel nuts. There we go. Oh, look at our inventory. Look how much stuff we've picked up. Okay, you can go, you can disappear, you can all go. And you can go. Watching our fuel now. Make sure we don't make the same mistake twice. Okay, and I think that is our fuel, our plastic and oil factory gone. No going back now. There is an oil node here, which is normal. There is an oil node here, which is normal as well. I think this is normal. Yep. Then we've got one over here that we're using for our kind of temporary ammo setup, and I think this one is pure. Can't exactly remember. Yep, pure. And then I know the node that we're using is pure. And that node is over here. I love the little boost that we get. It's actually under this little platform here. So yeah, pure node right there. We'll be putting an oil extractor here. And yeah, It's all going to be a lot of fun. Right, so now we need to connect these two train lines together and then signal everything. So we want to be in loop mode, like that. And is this floating or are we on the ground? We're on the ground, that's perfect. Then get rid of the buffer. Like so. Will it connect in one? Oh, that's so close, it's infuriating. Like, we could connect, we can go right up to here, but we can't go to there. Ah. Why isn't it satisfying? The game's called Satisfactory, for goodness sake. Ah. Alright, we'll just connect to about here, because you have a minimum length of track, so... And I bet it's going to be the same here. Oh. So close, yet so far. Okay, so that's all connected now. And now we're going to need to signal it. Because at the moment, all of this would be classed as one signal block. And if possible, we want it so that multiple trains can fit in this area. Obviously, it is just one big loop, so there's no, like, pathing to do. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So if we can put a block signal here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. And we can put one there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. We can't put it in the middle of a station, so I will just put it there. And it's meant to actually be on the left side, so yeah, those are facing the wrong way. They won't work. One was here, I think. It's not an exact science, but and then one there. And I think the music that's currently playing is what Good Times with Scar uses as super fast build mode. So super fast signal mode, I guess. Super fast train mode, that sounds better, doesn't it? Yeah. Okay, and then I could have probably done this with like a junction or something where it like splits off and it goes around and goes into the two stations and things, but yeah, that's not as necessary. Let's make them line up. Super fast signal mode, activate. I hope you guys can hear the music and I'm not just singing to myself. Okay, so yes, these have power now. So what I'm actually going to do is take this down to... can I land on this one and do it? To there. And then we can pull power through the side to there. And then I'll just run some power lines through the trees over to here. And we want to disconnect from there. All of this is temporary, so I might just run this back to here and then connect that one like so. Then we can just get rid of this power. So that's still going to be powered. Yep, it's all yellow. That's good. Okay. And then we can bring power in through there. Maybe we actually want to take it off of this train station to power everything. I'm okay with power running through the ground, so maybe what it's lined up there. So maybe what we do is we just bring it down to like that. We want to take a power off of that and maybe to about there. So it's kind of running through the concrete. And then we can bring power off there, across to there, and then into our factory. Yep, that seems good. Gonna have a quick drink. Okay. Right, so if we then run, if I make it so that it's a little kind of corner thing like that, and then it goes over to here, and then it comes through to there. I'd say that's pretty neat overall. Okay, what else do we need to do? We've moved the storage, we've done the dimensional depots, we dismantled the current production, we've connected the train network and built the stations, and now it is factory time. So I need to get this up. I use Satisfactory Modeler, which is a free program on Steam, to plan all my factories. Okay, so we need an oil extractor, production oil extractor, and we want to line this up like that. Perfect. And we want to set this to 484.62. Yes, that's a nice number. Can I need another power shard. There we go. So that's going to be 484.62. 484.62. There we go. 201.925%. Naturally, of course. Do you not set your oil extractors to 201.925%? No? Just me? That does surprise me. Right, okay, so we're then going to have a pipe network come across, and we're going to have the first one making this one, fuel and polymer resin, and then we're going to have 7 and a bit, so 8 refineries making polymer resin and heavy oil residue. So, do I have a blueprint that's got refineries in it? No. So we're going to need 8 more refineries. So let's add that to our to-do list, and that will keep track for us. And we want to try and make them as close as they can be together, like that. Refineries are massive, aren't they? That one. Obviously, we've just dismantled a ton of refineries, so we should be good. We're taking from our inventory first and not from the dimensional depot yet. Though I imagine we will have to at some point. Like probably 2 more refineries. And we'll need to be taking some motors. Oh, we've still got motors on us. Cool. 1 more refinery. There we go. Okay, my planning worked. This should have space to go next to it. So now we've got to get all of this set on recipes. That one's set, and then this one is, we want the alternative polymer resin. Is that the right one? Yes. Okay. So now we can copy and paste as we walk along. I've color coded the ground so that I can remember which thing is for which, but also that helped with my planning. Paste. If at some point, guys, you do want to see my Satisfactory modeler, it can't be this stream, but do let me know if that's something you'd want to see in the future so that you guys can kind of follow along with me. Right, we need that one. And we're going to need to be using Mark II pipes. So, let's get the junctions in, although in fact we now have T-junctions. Have we unlocked that yet? Logistics, T-junction. So if we put that on 8, that will make it look a little bit neater. This is my first time using these since they were added to the game. Maybe this one should be where it actually comes in. So yeah, let's have them lined up there, and then we can have T-junctions going all the way down. There we go. Why did you rotate? Did I ask you to rotate? I wanted you to just stay facing the same direction. But could you do that? No, you couldn't. And there! Now you! Why did you just flip over? Did I give you permission? No! You can't get the T-junctions these days. And 1 there, and then the last one we can make it neat and just have it bend through. So if we want Mark II definitely going along here, and these are in line, so it doesn't matter what pipe mode we use. And then Mark II heading, let's have it head down nicely. What's going to look best? That one? I think straight there. And that connects into here. So now this is filling with oil. Perfect. And now, how much is this taking in? 60, and the one at the end is also 60, maybe? If it is, that'd be very nice. But it's not. Oh wait, that's one of those, and then this one is actually needing to be on 8%. But they're all under 300 anyway, so let's connect Mark 1 pipes into here. And then we'll need to power them. Okay, so now let's see, can we bring the power straight into that one? We can, and then we can bring it down the line. I love this daisy chaining feature. It's so cool. And then we can probably actually power that one, to power that one, to power that one. Like a big kind of snake of power. That's cool. Right, so this is now producing fuel and polymer resin. This is now producing polymer resin and heavy oil residue. So, let's take the fuel one first. Where's that going? So, the fuel is going out to packaged fuel, which I think is somewhere over there. Yeah, that's where I planned for it to be. So we'll need the fuel to head out to there, and the polymer resin, it's producing 30 per minute, is actually going to go straight across into the fabric one. Okay, which I think these line up. So if we have this one goes nicely across there, and then we bring the liquids up and over, maybe? Or do we kind of have this connected to an elevator, this connected to an elevator, and it goes above? I think that's actually best. If we can avoid any head lift with our liquids, it always helps. So if we do that, and then just connect those in. And this is the point where we will need to unlock the plastic one. So let's put a MAM down, and I think we should have this recipe. Yeah. Oh wait, it's not a hard drive. It is mycelia, synthetic plastic. So if I get some fabric and some polymer resin and put it in here. I don't know why the MAM doesn't take directly from the dimensional depot. That would be very nice. Let's start the research and listen to what Ada has to say.
Research completed. Polyester fabric recipe unlocked. Using polyethylene terephthalate, production of a lightweight and strong fabric can be automated. It has many of the properties of naturally sourced fabric, and also amplifies body odor.
It amplifies body odor? Don't think it does. Who knows? Okay. I am gonna, at this point, we're almost an hour into the stream. I am going to take a quick 5-minute break here. If you're new to the stream, I do this about once an hour. It's a chance to rest my eyes away from the screen, have a drink, have a snack, stretch my legs, all that good stuff. So yeah, I will be putting you onto a break video that contains clips from my previous streams, and yeah, you can enjoy it, or now is a good time to take a break if you also haven't stood up from your desk for hours. So yeah, let's run the break video. And we can head over here and chop down some trees. You can chop all of you down. I see you in the distance. Don't mind me, I'm just here deforesting the area. There is nothing to be concerned about. Please don't attack me. There's bees as well. Oh, limestone. Let's just leave that for now. Now, do we chop down this giant tree, chat? Because it is very pretty, but also it's going to provide us with loads and loads of wood. What do we think? Chop down the giant tree and get loads of fuel? Or leave the giant tree because it's pretty? It is a nice tree, but also imagine how many wood and leaves we'll get from that. Try it. Wait, where did it go? Huh? What happened? There was a giant tree there, right? I didn't just completely lose my mind. Huh? I went over here. I chopped some trees down that were around here. There's no way that, like, my chainsaw chopping down a little tree here was able to chop down that giant one. Because that's how chainsaws work, isn't it? I mean, we do have an absolute ton of leaves and wood now. Gonna have to look that back in the VOD and see what happened.
There are plenty of tutorials out there, made by the community, for the community.
Yep, there certainly is. They've got an anvil in the Mojang office. No, that's how they repair laptops. You repair a laptop by dropping an anvil onto it. That's definitely a good idea. Oh. Oh, this is a SAM node. There's one spider there. And there's 2 quartz nodes. Okay. Yeah, go on. Come eat my face. Not if I eat yours first. Haha. And there's another spider there. Any more? Anything else want to come eat my face? Let's actually start harvesting some SAM. I think this will be our first SAM on this world.
Yeah, I am forgetting the Happy Gas. That is a cute one.
There's a Happy Gast theme song. It sounds like a children's TV advert. What is the Happy Gast theme song? That's so weird. It's annoyingly catchy. It's already getting in my head. Oh no. Oh, this is so bizarre. Okay, why have we got a Happy Gast theme song? Are they adding this? Are they going to add this to the game? Yeah, definitely like a kid's toy advert. Okay. What? It's going on a little bit too long now. Flash warning for anyone who is photosensitive. And now that Happy Cast theme song is going to be in my head all day. Brilliant. Right, so we are back, and let's just go to that one. There you go. Hope you all had a good break. Had a drink, had a stretch, took your meds if you need to, and yeah. Right, so now I'm thinking we hold off on this for a moment, and then we put this as close as we can and send it wherever we need to. So right, we unlocked the synthetic fabric, so let's actually select that. And this one needs water coming in, so we are going to need the water as well. Let's just remind myself, this is blurry, petroleum coke. So what does that need? That's just heavy oil residue for these ones. Then there'll be rubber, which needs polymer resin and water, and the same for plastic, which is also back there. So let's get the refineries in first, I think. How many do we need for petroleum coke? We need 3, or rather 2.79, I think it is. So let's get 3 refineries. Had a hiccup there. And can we place it from the top here? Less easily, so let's go one there. One there. And one there. And this is petroleum coke. Let's actually just copy and paste these ones like that. So we need water going there. Just working out the best way to do this, really. And these ones just need to head over to here. We are going to have to raise some liquids up, I think. So yeah, I should probably have put this the other end, but hey, hindsight is a wonderful thing. Is the music loud for you guys? Let me head over here. There's not many game sounds. It's in the range that's good, it's just loud in my ears, so I'll just turn that down. There we go, that's a bit better. I can hear myself think, because this is the bit that gets tricky. Turn that alarm off, there we go. So out of here is polymer resin. Polymer resin will need to be going to those. I don't mind about like conveying up and over, so why is this not full? 36. Have we done something wrong here? Why is that idle? Oh, because the fuel has nowhere to go, of course. Okay, that will be solved. Just trying to think of the best way to do this, because we need the water to come in as well. Maybe water goes over everything. Okay, let's just get all of this merged and take some damage, because that's exactly what we wanted to do. So how close can I get this? Like, I can get it like that. How much is this producing? 60. So that can go into there. And let's just stop rotating. It's probably a me problem. I know my mouse and scroll is weird, so. Right, this one. And let's line it up. Hello. Okay, so this is producing how much heavy oil residue? 141. So we can just mark one all of this. I set it like that. Connect. And my lights are about to turn off. Yep, they have. We have this thing where we've got free electricity with our electric provider, so there we go. Lights are back on in the background and my fan's back on. Perfect. Okay, so that's full of heavy oil residue and it connects here. So maybe what we can do is go around the side. We need this conveyor here. I think we could go around the side like that. Oh, now we can't get the polymer resin out, can we? Nope, we need space for that. Fantastic. So let's dismantle all that we just did. But hey, that's the fun of doing this on stream together. There we go. Okay, so if we bring all of this up and we just put it as close as we can. So if we do it something like this. And then we're going to have to relay the pipes. Where's going to be closest? T-junction. Let's lock that. Will that give us enough clearance? Let's move it one further out like that. There we go. And scroll. In focus mode here, guys. Where does that line up to? That lines up there. Okay. That can all connect in. Connect. Okay. We are going to need to merge all of these, aren't we? So let's worry about that in a moment. We've now got that coming out. And then all of this heavy oil residue, which Yeah. Because there's nowhere for all of this to go. This is why refineries and things are so tricky. Let's get all the refineries in. Let me look at this row here. So we need 2 for rubber. And that's not actually taking heavy oil residue. Okay, so it's just these ones here that are taking the heavy oil residue in. And where's it going? Oh, heavy oil residue also needs to be packaged. Let's get the refineries in, because that's a good place to start. Let's lock that and nudge it. So 2 for rubber, and the recipe for rubber we're using. Yes, that one. Polymer resin and water. Polymer resin and water. And then we need 14 plastic. So let's start this. We won't be able to do all of it, because if you look on our right hand side, we don't have all the materials, and we will probably be placing them quicker than it can refill. So let's do as many as we can. And one more. There. And yeah, now we're at the point where we're missing materials. So that's going to need water and the polymer resin. Oh, this shouldn't be connected, because that's fuel. Yes, can't mix our pipes, so actually this one can connect into there. Right, so now we need a way of getting the fuel out and over to there, which maybe we just go on top of. It's not how much do we know how much head lift this will give? If anyone in chat knows how much head lift a refinery gives, I would guess it's like 10 meters. So we could probably put a pipeline support over the top there, or like that. We don't want to zoop it. This is 40 fuel, so that's... Let's just bring that down. Let's find a nice way of doing that. Auto 2D I like. Let's put it into straight mode like so. Yes, that should fill. Yep, okay. Cool. Then if we maybe put another one back here. And then another one let's go out there. So this is going to be our fuel pipe, and that's going to be our heavy oil residue. Yeah, our fuel is filling this up. This refinery should be working fully because both things have somewhere to go. Well, until this backs up or until the fuel fills up. Okay, I like this so far. We're going to need to have packages over here that are going to take the fuel in. So let's go 2 packages and see if we can align it nicely. Oh, that's nice. It is just 1 foundation big. Okay, so this one is going to be packaged fuel. Obviously, we're not producing canisters or anything yet, but packaged heavy oil residue. So then let's bring up the packaged heavy oil residue is going to need to go to there, as is the fuel. So let's bring those around here as close as we can get. Something like that. And then let's have it go to about here. And auto mode. Yeah, that looks good. And then we're going to need to have a stackable one. Just place all of these. Stackable there. And we want that to be on straight mode. There we go. Okay. Doing this a bit backwards, but I think that looks quite neat. Should I color code these? Yeah. Let's make this pipe purple, and then we've got purple. Oh, I guess we can see what's in it. Sort our piping first, then our conveyors. I think conveyors can all be at this height. It's a shame we can't just take straight from the other one, and we are going to need some high-level logistics. And by high level, I don't mean technical, I do just mean elevated. Something's just quickly come up, guys. I will be back in just a few seconds, maybe a minute. Be right back. Sorry about this. And only allow those items to pass through and then lock again. So what's happening with that is this comparator is giving a signal strength of 1, but the moment that another item appears into the chest, it's making a signal strength of 2. That is powering this block, powering this repeater, depowering this torch, and unlocking this Enderman? Yes, unlocking this Enderman. And we're back. Hope you had a good little break there. And thank you guys for watching over Gooseberry and Strawberry for me, who has got me a cooling system. Cool! You get it? Because it's a cooling system. And cool. Never mind. We did get 1 yellow dye there, so where's some red dye? There. If we make orange and then get some glass, we can make orange stained glass and panes, which we'd already done. We'd already done the panes. Oh, that's painful. So, do we reckon that there's a there's a Mercer sphere up here. So let's fly up and around like that and keep our eyes out. There we go, guys. So, sorry about that. Where were we? We've just put these in, and then we'll need to have some kind of weird logisticy thing going on here. Although, do they all need polymer resin? You don't actually need one there. Or this one. Or this one. You're going to need polymer resin. You're going to need polymer resin. Polymer resin. Yeah, all of these are going to need polymer resin. So maybe what we do is we get the water in next. Because we'll need the water to go... how much water are we bringing in? Each one of these needs to be set to 195. Okay, need another one. There we go. 195. Copy. Paste. So then we bring the water in, and is water needed for... Water's needed for this one. Heavy oil is needed for that one. Water is needed here. So if we bring water in on the... Maybe we need to bring the heavy oil residue. I mean, it's right there. Yeah, let's bring some of the heavy oil residue here. I wonder if I could have just placed a cross junction there. And then this can actually be as close as we need it to. That can go into there, that can go into there. That can go there. And then we connect it like so. Just curious, is that actually higher? It looks like it's higher. It looks like we can neatly fit two belts under, two pipes under the belt, sorry. So yeah, then heavy oil residue can go into these ones. These have no power. So let's bring power down the line. Power, power, all the power. Okay. Daisy chaining makes power so much nicer. I will not stop talking about daisy chaining. Okay. That's going to be for heavy oil. So now let's bring the water in, and if we bring it high, we're going to want to bring it... It only needs to go high at this point here. So we can bring it in low. How much water are we bringing in total? 2 times 195, so that's 390, so it will need to be Mark 2. And let's put it into auto mode, which is auto 2D. And then we'll go straight. To here, where then maybe we can do... where's the midpoint of these? Do they line up nicely? Mark 1 coming in. Mark 1 coming in. And then Mark 2. Let's look at what's best. Auto 2D, Noodle. Do I like that one? I think Auto 2D. So then this is going to fill with water. Oh, and we actually, at this point, need a T-junction to come off it. There we go. And how much water do you need? 30. Mark 1. Mark 2. Mark 2. So this is now going to be producing fabric. Perfect. And our water is going to be going through this pipe here. And it can probably just go up and over this. If I put another stackable support here with a Mark II pipe. And let's see if I can get the spacing the same. So that's a whole foundation, so a whole foundation there. Yep, that looks good. And then for all of these ones, we can put T-junctions. Okay, I'm liking how this is going to look. I can see the vision in my head now, guys, which is always a good sign. Let's get the T-junctions in. There we go. All of this for, well, I guess it's quite a few different resources in the end. We went through it at the start of the stream, didn't we? So, right. Then it's going to be Mark II all the way along from here. Okay. Mark 1 going in to each of these. Okay, so that's all filling with water, which is what we want to see. Now we need to merge all the polymer resin and then output it there. So if we have a manifold here, this one is right, isn't it? 30 to 30, 30 to 30, yeah. So we don't actually need to take it off of this one. Okay, now we want to be on tool belt 4. Have a quick drink. Okay. Merger. Let's go. Let's give it a little bit of wiggle room. Merger, and then we can have splitters going across here. Okay. Merger pointing up there. That's not the end one. Merger, 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 and that one. How much polymer resin is that? That's 13, so that's a Mark 1 in straight mode. And how much is this one? 10.4. and 130. So this will need, these all actually need to be Mark 2s. So let's replace all of those before we forget. Okay, and then let's just get all of the mergers in. We won't be keeping the ones on the lower. Like the two underneath, we're just using those as supports to bring it all up. That one's the last one, so we can actually save on that one. Okay. Now let's get rid of all the mergers underneath. There we go. And then we'll do the same thing with splitters. So this is just going to be Mark 2 coming into all of this. Oh, that's annoying. We're producing more than our belts can handle. Okay. 840 plus 80 is what we're producing. 920. 920 divided by 480. We can do it, so... We need to make sure that we don't exceed 480. So that's going to be 130 plus 10, so that's 140. Let's actually do 480, which is our belt capacity, divided by 130. Means we can take... Oh, this is really annoying. Okay, we'll have to kind of take one out this way. Well, one out here, and another going out this way. So these are all going to need to change. What did I say it was? 840 plus 80, 920. 920 divided by 480. We can get it with 2 belts, so we just need to kind of have 2 manifolds and then whatever one in the middle as a splitter, a merger. Kind of have like 2 manifolds like that. Hey, Freddo's back. Welcome back. Freddo is my partner and my mod. They were just busy. We're doing complicated logistics at the moment, trying to work out how to get so 480 minus 130 minus 130 minus 130. So if we take it from 3 full ones, 1, 2, 3 full ones, and then this one splits between the manifolds. So if we put a splitter like so, so Mark 2, and then we're going to Mark 4. Oh, that's in the wrong place. That's slightly annoying. That's needs to be a splitter. Mark 4. Mark 2. So just for Freddo who's just come in, we have demolished our our plastic and rubber production that was here. We've connected it up to a train network, and we've built these stations over here. This one is going to be for packaged fuel, this one for empty canisters, and then the train will go around here to another one. We'll have 2 trains coming in, one will go to each station, and this will be for rubber, this is for plastic, this is for fabric, this is for packaged heavy oil residue, and this is for petroleum coke. So those are like where all the trains will be loading. And then over here we have our oil extractor, which goes into some refineries. Most of the refineries, oil goes in, polymer resin and heavy oil residue comes out. However, this one, oil goes in, fuel comes out and polymer resin comes out. So then over here, the fuel gets taken out through this pipe on top over here and goes over here to our where it will eventually be packaged into the packaged fuel. And then the one underneath is for the heavy oil residue. Some heavy oil residue goes this way into petroleum coke, and some goes this way into another packager for the packaged heavy oil residue. Then we've got a water pipe coming in, and that water pipe we have the poly we have the what's it called, the polymer resin coming out here and going into here, which is making fabric with the water. We've got 2 water extractors here, and then the water's going up and over and going into this one that's going to be making rubber, and then all of these ones that are going to be making plastic, and we have some more that are going to be back there as well. So yeah, what we're working on right now is we are trying to get the polymer resin into this side, but we've just realized that that all of the polymer resin that's coming out means we need 2 full conveyor belts, or nearly full conveyor belts. So I just had to try and kind of work out how that's all going to work. Hopefully that explains it. It looks very neat. Yes, it does. It took a fair bit of planning to work it all out, and we did have our pipes in the wrong place a few times and things. I planned out where the refineries were going. I didn't plan out how the logistics was going to work. So yeah, I don't really like this bump, but there's not much we can do about it because these 2 pipes need to cross at some point. So that was the neatest way of doing it. Okay, so then if we continue with our polymer, also petroleum coke sounds yummy. I don't know. I don't know if like you're thinking like a can of Coke. But yeah, adding petrol into a can of Coke probably wouldn't be my first choice. It would probably be pretty bad for your health, would be my guess. Right. Okay, let's take it out that way. So let's use a merger facing that way. Lock it. There we go. 1, 2, 3. And repeat. 1, 2, 3. Is this lining up? It is, yeah. 1, 2, 3. Get rid of the ones underneath. It sounds like a can of Coke that smells like petrol. Yeah, not for me, I don't think. I don't think I would want that. Mark 2. Mark 2. Okay. So now comes the tricky bit. We need to work out how it all splits off. Let's build the remaining refineries. This is going to be for plastic, right? Residual plastic. Did we set the recipes? The other ones? Residual rubber. Nope, they're all set for rubber at the moment. So we do need to actually change this to plastic. This is why I've coloured the floor. 2 rubber. That's rubber. And this one needs to be plastic. So let's select that. Copy and paste. 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 Okay. So how many have we got that are plastic right now? I think our counting's gone slightly off. Okay, those 2 are rubber. 1, 2. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 is plastic. So yeah, because I'd already built this one, this is actually going to only be 8. And yeah, already set to the plastic. Let's nudge it, put it into position. Don't think we're going to get all of them built immediately. Okay, then now we're missing motors. You can see it on the side of the screen, so once those fill up we can put those 2 back. Have a quick drink. Okay, we can probably place 1 now. And the other one is steel pipes is the bottleneck. So we can see that it's filling up. So for the rubber, it needs 40, 40, and for the plastic it needs 60. So the total that it needs is 840 plus 80, so that's 920. So 920 divided by 2 means we need to get to work out where 460 would be. So this is 40, 80 plus 60. So remember 460, chat. Remember 460. So this is, let's try and total this up as we go. 40, so that's 80. 80 plus 60 plus 60 plus 60 plus 60. What was the number, chat? Can you remember it? Now we have to test out how long the delay is. I know there is quite a delay on YouTube, so let's see. I think you can do 1 more. Was it 480? $380, I can't remember. 460. Perfect. Okay. So we've got the rubber coming in. I was pointing at the screen like you could see that. And then we're going to have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 plastics. And on the 7th plastic, we'll need a splitter. Okay, so 2 rubber, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, so it'll be the 7th plastic that needs a splitter. Oh no, a merger. So this is rubber, plastic, plastic, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So we're going to... This one right here is going to need a splitter. So I'm just actually going to maybe just put a sign. Let's just put conveyor splitter. There we go. And I'll just put some text as oh, it's meant to be a merger. Merge 2 lines here. Okay, hopefully we did that calculation right. It will soon become apparent. So this one needs to go across to here, down that manifold. So let's grab a splitter and can do it like so. So let's get all the splitters in, then we can get the conveyors in. Splitter, splitter, splitter. Okay, and then this is going to need to go to here. So that's going to need to come around to there. The other one's going to need to come around. Let's work that out in a moment. Let's try and just dismantle what we need. There we go. Got floating splitters galore, but that's fine. Let's just check. 60. Yep, Mark 1. That's nice. So a bit into there. Okay. So we have production. Right, so we're gonna need to have, let's try and keep it the same level. So let's put lifts in for all of this. Right. This is the one that needs to split. So we need this one to come around to there, and the other one to head around and go in here. Okay. keep saying splitter when I mean merger. So let's get this merger in as close as we can while still having a little gap. Just get rid of those two. And this needs to be a splitter. Let's come from that side. There we go. Okay. So that comes around and over to there. We're going to need to do a bit of a kind of under-over kind of thing, I think. So, is that encroaching? It's not. Oh, that's very close. I like that. Okay, right. Oh, these don't have power. There's always something, isn't there? Can I take 2 off this? No. Okay. So power goes along here. And these are all set to the recipe. Okay, so this is all good. We'll need the water to come around as well. So let's bring that round. If anyone does have any questions about all of this, I am happy to answer. It is just one of those streams where I have to do a lot of, oh, this number to here and this number to here, which I know can be quite kind of confusing for a lot of people. Let's sort out water, which, yeah, let's go there. And there we go. Okay, just water all the way along to this one. And then we've got to work out how we get all the outputs out. This isn't at all complicated, is it? Okay, mark 1s into there. I think this might be, because I'm dealing with so many mixture of pipes and conveyor belts and it's all on one floor, I think this might be one of the most complicated factories I've built, which is saying something. There we go. And then we just connect this end into it. So that's going to go there. And then that should start filling with water. It has, perfect. Whew! I really hope I've done my maths right with this. Okay, coming into this one, let's just check our maths. 130. 260. 390 and half of 130, that's 390 plus 75. 465, which is less than 280, so that's good. Now we need to work out how we bring this one around to here. I guess it makes sense to bring it in at this point here. So let's get a splitter. Let's line it up. There we go. So we'll probably bring it, maybe it goes a little bit higher. Or do we go low, bring it down here, and then, no, it's still complicated. It's got to cross over that one, which is really annoying. Okay, I'm probably doing this in a really complicated way. Need to get it into there. If we go to this one and we put a conveyor pole like that, I like that, and then we have another conveyor pole in line here. Let's see if we can line this up. 1, 2, 3, 4. Then this connects to here. Hello. In straight mode. Oh, hello. Nope. We've got a what's the word? A lump in our conveyors. Let's put it into curve mode there, then straight mode from here around to here, and then at this point a wonky conveyor. Indeed. 1, 2, 3, 4. Nope, just 3. And then that. Oh, nope, too close. Okay. What do we reckon the best distance to kind of turn is? Can we go here? Yeah, that looks neat. And then this one can head into there. So now we get all of the splitters down this manifold line. One, two, three. Lots of counting with Clevprof today. Glad I'm doing this on stream. It's definitely not frying my brain at all to be doing all of these calculations when I'm in front of people and having to think about what to say as well. Definitely not. Okay, then that's going to be going there. We've been playing for 2 hours. Fixit would like to remind you that while resting is not an activity valued by Fixit, something, something, something. probably means we should take another break soon. But let's get all of this logistics in, and then we'll work on the outputs of the refineries, which is the inputs of other things. Being conveyed off there. Okay, that should be sending them into all of this. Should start seeing all of this turning green. I think all of these are yellow because they've got stuff in, yep. Okay, all green apart from this one, which isn't getting enough polymer resin. Okay. Did we miscalculate this? Is this the problem? All of these should be working. Oh, there's nowhere for the heavy oil residue to go yet. Okay, yeah, that makes sense because it's not being packaged, so... yeah. Right. Okay. This is chaos, but I love it. We're going to need to have sinks and things to make sure that all the supply lines don't clog up. Yeah, this is going to be fun. What else have we got to do here? We've got to be making the canisters, feeding the canisters into here, and then connecting everything out and making sure that anything that needs to has a sink. Okay, I think we've done a lot there. The next bit's gonna be fun. It's gonna be the output. So, yeah, let's go have a quick drink. We are going to be taking a break here. For those people who are new to the channel, I do take a break about once an hour. This is a chance for me to rest my eyes, have a stretch, take a moment away from bright lights and screens and things, give my voice a chance to recover, grab a snack, refill my drink if it needs to, all that stuff. So yeah, this is now a good time if you also need to look after your body for you to do the same thing. So yeah, have a stretch, take your meds, all that good stuff, and I will be back in just a moment. And also, if you haven't already and you do want to, no pressure, of course, there is never any pressure, but if you're looking for something to do in the break video, why not hit that subscribe button? Gotta do the content creator plug at some point, haven't I? Anyway, enjoy the break video.
Official Fix-It products can be licensed for your use from official Awesome Shop installations only. Come to the best shop on the planet for the best deals on all official Fix-It supplies, guaranteed.
So I was about to say that I'm pan, which means I don't have an attraction to a preferred gender. And Ada just was like, so unauthorized Fix-It coffee cups lower your attractiveness to your preferred gender and or your sense of well-being if you have no gender attraction or preference. I feel called out, but also validated at the same time. It's a real mix of emotions. Ada must have known, yes. Ada validates my gender. You bring a camel back to your base, and then what do you do? So more reasons to go out and about into the world, especially late game, would be good. What is this wandering trader doing? I can't. So silly. Oh gosh. It's covered in thorns. Are they okay? Okay, that made me jump. We've got... We've got moshing animals. We've got moshing mobs. A quizzical look from Steve. Now that would be a cool feature, making every mob be able to dance, like parrots do. What's this? An exploding tree. I'm not Jeb, but maybe I'm the villager voice actor. Maybe. Yes, here it is. Here's the elevator. And we're gonna go to... is it this one? Yes. Up we go.
Thank you for exposing yourself to the soothing ambiance of a fix-it elevator today. I hope you feel refreshed.
I wasn't exposing myself. You really shouldn't do that in an elevator. I don't know why you told me that I'm exposing myself. I guess you're telling me that you exposed myself... there! I exposed myself to the, experience. Oh, I'm all flustered now. Elevator. Okay, so fence gate. Seed. Chickens. Come here, chickens. Don't mind me, guys, just speaking to the chickens. It's all fine. Oh, an egg. Thank you. That's what I was saying, guys. I was telling the chicken to lay an egg for me. That's definitely what I was saying, right? Get your chicken butt back in here right now. Thank you. Honestly. Hello, what's down here? This is going to be spiders, isn't it? I'm just waiting for that sound. Well, there's a blue power slug. Something's going to be guarding it. And I can't exactly imagine spitters in here. This is spider territory for sure. Ah! There you go. There it is. Just one. I can deal with you. Is there another? Oh my god. Scared the life out of me. I just popped up and it was right in my face. Jesus Christ. Let's get some nuts in our hand. Let's head up here. Whoa! I wasn't scared at all. You have no evidence whatsoever that I was scared. Haha! Oh my gosh, look at it! It's a pinata penguin dinosaur. That is so cool. I want one of these at my birthday. My birthday. Okay, so we're back. Hope you all had a good break. I did try and turn off slow mode because Freddo's back and Freddo's able to mod. When I'm self-modding, I do like to have slow mode on. But I couldn't do it on the YouTube chats for some reason. Maybe you can't do it while you're live. That's something I need to look into. But hey, we are back. Let's try and work out our outputs and make sure that we can package everything and all that stuff. Okay, so what have we got coming out here? This is plastic. And where's the plastic going to be going? Plastic goes into the 20 goes into storage, 60 goes into making canisters, and 200 goes into the trains. So let's just see if we can merge all of this. We're probably going to try and do this at all different heights, I think, would be good. Then we're probably going to bring it around and over and stuff, and then split off. So let's start with plastic. Let's go down here, and we can probably do it at this height initially, or should we go higher? I think we should probably go higher. Yeah, let's go above this. So, let's see if we can stand on that. Nope. Is that going to be a good height, or is that the same height? Let's go one higher. There we go. Now I need to make sure that they're all this height. Is that... That's that one. And can we actually... We're going to need mergers. Let's put a merger on top of all of this. And then it can just come along this line. Yeah, okay. Where's it? That's plastic. That's rubber. So this one actually needs to go one higher. So this is rubber as well. And then this one needs to be even one higher than that. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. And this is also petroleum coke. So let's just expand out a little bit. There we go. This is going to be such a stack of mergers. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. And then this one is going to be... we probably actually don't need a merger for that one. That can just be a conveyor belt going along the top of all of this. Right, now let's get rid of the ones under that we don't need. You're going to be a floating one. You're going to be a floating one. You and you are going to be floating. There we go. And all of that one. Okay, so now we can get all of these to the right heights and then connect them in. How much is this Mark 1? 20 per minute. Yeah, that's easily Mark 1. So that one's at that height. That one's going to be there. That one's going to be there. That one like so. That one there. Is this not lining up nicely? I think that one should be there. We might as well just bring that round the side or something, rather than over all of this. Okay, so now let's get petroleum coke into here. And petroleum coke we are producing how much? 334. So, oh, it probably isn't all Mark 1s, is it? No, this needs to be a Mark 2 for these 3. And then that can be a Mark 2 there. Mark 2. Mark 2. Rubber we're producing 20 per minute, so that's Mark 1. And Mark 1. And that's 40 total, so that can still be a Mark 1. And then plastic is coming in 20. 20 times 14 is 280, which is more than 270 of a Mark 3, so that will need to be connected with Mark 4. So that comes in like this, and hopefully this looks neat. Oh, no, 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 no! Something's... Ah, that's not going over this one yet. Oh, oh, that's really annoying. Okay. Yeah, it's these two that are at the wrong height. That one should be fine, but I think it's going to... Okay, this one comes in here. And... yeah, that's going to be level with that. Oh, that's annoying. Can we merge these and then bring them up? It's a bit janky. So... if we put a merger facing there with the Mark 1 conveyor belt is too steep. Okay, default then. And then 20, 20, so this is a Mark 1 lift. And that connects into here. Yep. And then Mark 4, Mark 4, 4, and then this one needs to go over the top. So we're going to need some conveyor poles, unless I can just... no. Okay. So let's go conveyor pole. Not quite sure how high we'll need it. Okay, rubber we said could be a Mark 1. So can... Oh, what the... No, 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 no. That should be there. This too far? Don't tell me it's too far. Yes. Okay, perfect. So then we'll probably need... Is that sloping down? No, that's just a weird perspective thing. Then let's put another one maybe here. And that's going to be to this one. Coming out of there into there. Then this goes along the top and connects there. So we don't actually need those two unless we want to bring the fabric over. Okay. Right. So let's work on the fabric line first of all, because then the rest is just going to be able to go into there or into sinks. So let's grab a stackable one. This connects. Stand on here. We want to be in straight mode. That connects to there. Okay. Then we need to get all of the outputs of this one and bring it down into two packages. So, no, is it packages? No, it's constructors. So it will need to split off to there. So maybe we just bring it out and it splits out and we bring that one straight to storage. Yeah, let's work that out. So this can be a slightly different level. Ooh. Thought that was a solid surface there. Merger, just all down this line because it's all plastic. Let's mark 1 all of this. I could probably have done all of this on a separate level and things, but yeah, I chose to do it all on one level because we had space in this ocean, so okay. So then we need to have it split we could probably do something where it comes in like this. No, because if we... Oh, that would just split into those two. We need 3. So if I did something like this, and then I connect... let's connect it backwards, like that. You are going to be... what are you going to be? Empty canister. And empty canister. And we'll need to get some power coming in. So, got power to here. Do we put it just in the ground? From there over to here? Where's the power connector? If I get rid of this one and this one, and then go to my power, and bring... this all... Okay, please tell me you're going to reach. And I go to here, and then connect in. Then you can just daisy chain out that way. Okay, so then... And the colour's all going to be wrong, isn't it? Yep. This one needs to be a purple. There we go. Not that it really matters that much. Okay. Back over here. You into there, you into there, and then the output's going to be going this way. Which I guess it could technically merge with, but I want to try and sort out where these are going. So, empty canisters, 40 is going there, 30 is going there. So we're producing 120, each one's producing 60. This one needs 40, this one needs 30, coming in this side. So if we get a splitter here, and then split that one, so then we need to connect this around to there. Which means if we merge these, each one's producing 60. Okay, and then we put a Mark II with a splitter here. That one needs to go all the way round, so actually why don't we feed it through this first, then it comes out of that splitter. Yeah. So let's connect to there, and then connect that one. You need 40, you need 30, those are both marked ones. So there's the canisters. So then any excess canisters can come here, over that pipe, around here, to there. Okay, right, so let's get canisters going first. How much is going to be going out? It's going to be 50, so that can just be a Mark 1. So let's get a Mark 1 belt lined up. Okay, and then let's do the same thing there and reverse the direction. Let's grab this belt and feed it in over here. Then this connects there. And we're going to have our first thing very nearly ready. So now let's work out this bit. We're going to want a smart splitter. Like that. So it fills this up first, and then eventually it will send it onto the trains. Straight mode connects into there. Perfect. Okay, so aha, we can see them coming. Perfect. So then if we go here and go to what's it called? Canisters. Nope, they've never been in the dimensional depot, so this is going to be their first time in the dimensional depot. We'll pin everything after. Okay. Now we should be getting packaged fuel and packaged heavy oil residue. Packaged heavy oil residue is going to be a pain because that needs to come around. Oh no, it's packaged fuel that's going to be a pain. Packaged heavy oil residue actually goes over there. But we're going to need to sink the overflow so that it's constantly running. So let's get a splitter here, and we want it to be a smart splitter. And then how do we sink any overflow? I mean, there won't be overflow for quite some time. Eventually there will be. So, there's a lizard doggo. Hello. Oh, we have... Oh, okay. Let's grab some berries. Hello, lizard doggo. Where are you? Where are you, lizard doggo? There you are. Let's split this. Let's just split. Whoa! Whoa, 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 what the? Oh, yikes. Whoa! You just came out of nowhere. Oh, you're on my factory. You're on my factory floor. Get off my factory floor. Get off my factory floor. Right now. Okay? Well, you asked for it. There we go. Gotcha. That's what you get. If you try and come on my factory floor, unauthorized personnel. Yeah? Whew. Okay. We were looking at the lizard doggo, but there's one of them, and you can go away as well. He wants to help me make it more productive. Well, he's actually making it less productive. Can I grab this? Or are you gonna... Oh, because it's on a... What is this? Crude oil? Oh, this is a resource well. Not a, Not like the nodes. This is a resource well, which is something I've never experimented with. I can't actually pick that up. That's cool. Let's grab this. Okay. I am just going to need to take a very quick bio break. I'm a bit nervous about AFKing, but body does what the body does. So I will be right back in just a minute, guys. Try it. Wait, where did it go? Huh? What happened? There was a giant tree there, right? I didn't just completely lose my mind. Huh? I went over here. I chopped some trees down that were around here. There's no way that, like, my chainsaw chopping down a little tree here was able to chop down that giant one. Because that's how chainsaws work, isn't it? I mean, we do have an absolute ton of leaves and wood now. Gonna have to look that back in the VOD and see what happened.
There are plenty of tutorials out there, made by the community, for the community.
Yep, there certainly is. They've got an anvil in the Mojang office. No, that's how they repair laptops. You repair a laptop by dropping an anvil onto it. That's definitely a good idea. Oh. Oh, this is a SAM node. There's one spider there. And there's 2 quartz nodes. Okay. Yeah, go on. Come eat my face. There we go, guys. Okay, so I don't know where that lizard doggo has gone. It's raining now. I reckon that lizard doggo is probably scared off by, Oh, you're here. Okay. Well, at least you're out in the open. Let's just drop some berries. There we go. Go on. You're gonna get all oily. Oh no, we're gonna have an oily lizard doggo. It was smart and didn't get oily. Clever lizard doggo. Right, come on. Go on, you can do it. Yeah, we go. Oh, what do we name you? Let's just sort our inventory. There we go. I have a list somewhere of all of my lizard doggo names. They've all got berry themed names. Let's put you. Let's get foundation, concrete. Come on, you come here. Then I'll get some walls. I think at some point I will just bring all the lizard doggos into one place. But I need some help with the name, guys. Do I have my note that has all of the names of the lizard doggo? I don't think it's on this software. Is it just in the notes app on my phone? Let's have a look, and all my everything just moved into the wrong place. So we have cranberry, strawberry, gooseberry, blackcurrant, raspberry, and just over my shoulder here, you can see huckleberry. So we need a new kind of berry. Guess we don't have blueberry, do we? No, we don't have blueberry. So your name is now Blueberry. Blueberry. Well, welcome to the family, Blueberry. Welcome on in. Okay. Right. After that, very welcome distraction. Well, partly because of those hogs. Let's figure out how we do this. So, this is going to be for this. But if this ever backs up, then we need somewhere for the overflow to go. Oh, I need to configure the other smart splitter that's over here. So that it fills one first. I forgot about configuring those. Yep, that's the wrong way round. Oh no, that is the right way round. But then any overflow goes into there. We don't need to worry about the overflow of that because it's only plastic coming in. And I'm okay with like plastic backing up. I just don't want liquids backing up. So anything that's got a liquid coming into it. Yeah. I can't have the products that are coming from liquid, because then it might affect the other thing. Well, I guess this doesn't necessarily need it. Oh, yes it does, because if this doesn't, then the heavy oil residue backs up. And if the heavy oil residue backs up, then we can't make any more petroleum coke. So, yeah. And if the heavy oil residue backs up, no more polymer resin will come out, which means we can't make anything else in the factory. So yeah, that's quite an important one to do, actually. So I'm wondering whether I just have a sink over here. You're only producing 30 a minute, so let's grab a sink. Maybe I line it up with this one. A little bit in. Let's get some power to this. Let's bring some power along the edge. Okay, so if we use a smart splitter and align it this way. So line there and line there. So we send anything there and then overflow this way. And let's go back to our one of them. So that will sink any overflow. Oh wait, no, that's for packaged fuel. Which will need to be the same thing. But package, let's put this one across. We can work out how it connects in if we use the same sink or not for packaged fuel. So, awesome sink. There we go. Okay, that connects to there. That connects to there. And this into that one. Okay, I've done it so that we should have, like, so I'm giving us more space to do things. There's all of our packaged heavy oil residue. Yep, packaged heavy oil residue. That's a mouthful, isn't it? Okay, so then stop picking up that. Let's just go put coffee mug in our hand. So then the packaged fuel, I said coffee mug. There we go. Okay. I wonder if we could fit a sink here for this one. How do we do this? Is it just going to come along this side, maybe? I mean, we have space to do so. So if we bring it in like that, any and overflow, yeah. And then we need another smart splitter, otherwise the overflow will just split in two. So if we bring it out a bit, add another foundation here. Let's mine some of this quartz that seems to be in our way. That's very rude of the quartz. And there we go. It can go over, it can be over and then split out, I think. And you. So if that ever backs up, that's wrong. Okay, so we go any there and then overflow, and then we put sink there. That does fit, that's nice. That connects into there. We'll need a way of powering this. If I bring power through the foundation like this, and then put that there, and then, oh no, just redo that. That one's connected. We get rid of that one. And that connects through there. Okay, so then let's work this one back. We want to be on number 4. Just realised I was leaning back quite a way. Hopefully that didn't affect the audio. Hopefully I'm not too loud now. I'm going a little bit into the red. There we go. Get my spacing right. And you connect. And down to here. Let's go like that curve. Then straight into there. Let's grab this one here. Get in there, guys. Lots of long conveyor runs here. How do I do this one? Does this go over all of this? Oh wait, that's too low. Let's line it up that way. Okay. What I'm trying to do here, guys, is I'm trying to create a floating lift. And I still failed. Maybe I just need to bring the conveyor belt to here. Like that. And then I just attach it onto the end. If I get rid of this and this. And it needs to be one higher. Same there. Is that right? No, still needs to be higher. Okay. There we go. That's the right height. This was my marker. Ooh. Let's see, let's put that there. Can we slide this kind of that height? I reckon we could slide it over at this point. I'll make it a bit weird on that side though. Maybe we just go round. Yeah, I think that's going to be easier. So, one too high, I think. Plastic will need to come out at some point, so yeah, let's bend it. Let's put them both going here. Oh, is that going to be going through the cable? I don't like that. If that's... which one is this? That's going to be going to that one there. Yeah, the cable's annoying. Let's get rid of this. At least just get this. Oh, as long as that's a Mark 1, we're fine. Oh, okay. We'll need to bring the remaining plastic out here. So I'm wondering, can we put a merger? If we went... What's the plastic coming in on? It's a Mark 4. That not quite aligned height-wise. I know I'm going all over the place here, but I'm just trying to sort out getting everything into where it needs to be. And then a merger. Come on. You know you want to... This. There we go. Okay, so then all the plastic is coming in there, which is perfect. That plastic will need to head over to there. Okay, let's get this one in. I want this to be a Mark 1. And if I can eyeball this, it would be perfect. Ah, not quite, not quite. It's gotta be perfect, guys. So, where was that? It's aligned there. So now I need to make sure that this is aligned here. Oh my god, this is so chaotic. Okay, then... that right? Nope. Come on! Yes. Yes. Okay, then I can get rid of this file, and I can just connect that into there. Okay, fantastic. We have the fuel, packaged fuel sorted. Let's just put some more in there. Just empty our inventory of it, at least. Oh. Can you tell my brain's getting fried? We've been streaming for 3 hours. And I will probably have to wrap up very soon. I just really want to sort this. All we've got to do right now is get the outputs. Into their respective places. Got the sink for that, sink for that. Okay, petroleum coke. We need another sink for. So petroleum coke can come in like that. And then if we put a merger here, this one should be a lot simpler. Okay, right. Petroleum coke is coming in at a rate of... We're very nearly there, guys. Okay, that should be fine because it's 334 and 30 that will eventually be synced once everything backs up. So that's still below 480, so that's good. Then we just need to it's coming in from that way, so the one on the right is going to be any, then overflow, overflow. I think that's fine. We're producing far too much of it anyway, so it'd be cool if we could sort that, but so that it doesn't just split it in two, but that's not the biggest of deals right now. Ask me in a year when we need like a ton of petroleum coke for whatever reason, and yeah, that's going to be a problem, but okay, right, so what I want to do now is I want to bring the fabric round. So where's the fabric? The fabric is over here. And we're producing it at a rate of 30 per minute. So that can just be a Mark 1 belt. And let's align here. Okay. Oh, why is it not being straight? Connect, please. Okay. You can just go to there for now. And then we're going to need to bring... Let's just add... I'll probably come back and change a load of this at some point, but not right now. Okay, do we need to sync the overflow fabric? It's just water coming in, I don't care about that, so that's fine. Although if the fabric backs up, the polymer resin will back up, which means the fuel... Well, yeah, we need to sync the fabric. Okay, maybe we just do something aligned here. That's the wrong way, but it doesn't really matter. Oh, it does matter. Grab a smart splitter, get it facing the right way, and then let's position it so that is that right? Yes, okay, so then we can bring it just a little bit closer and we can go center goes any, this goes none, this goes overflow. Any overflow can go into the sink there, then that can happen. We can bring it down like so. Oh no, that's wonky. And then into another smart splitter We are so nearly there, guys. You into there, you into there. And then any and overflow. Okay. Then we just need to bring it around. Okay, there's the fabric, that's all sorted. So we have petroleum coke, we have that one, we have that. We just need plastic and rubber, which is the main reason we made this thing. Okay, plastic. Let's bring around to here. Plastic is a what belt? That's a Mark IV. So let's bring a Mark IV over and around. Maybe we don't need it to go there. Maybe it could come out here and straight and round to there. Oh wait, why have we... Are we not connected up petroleum coke? No, petroleum coke needs to come in. Okay. I think I'm a bit too brained out for this. What I think I will do is I will grab a ton of plastic, put it into here, maybe just that much, so we've still got some, like that, and then I will do the same with rubber. Make sure I leave some rubber, just so I put some into the train station. And let's end on a fun note. Let's set up the train that's going to take the plastic and the rubber to our assembling factory, check that that works, and then I will put all of the inputs coming out, all of the outputs coming out into the inputs of the train station off stream, where I don't have to think about it too much. Okay. So we need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then we're going to call this rubber plastic assembling. Edit the timetable, and we're going to want it to go to oil factory 1, and then to where is it going to? Look at my train list. Assembling input 2. Here it will load rubber and plastic. Here it will unload rubber and plastic. There we go. Save changes. Edit timetable. Can I swap those around? Okay. I think it's going to go right past it, and it's going to do a loop before it starts loading. But let's it makes no difference which way around it is. Okay, no, it's going to oil factory 1 next. Perfect. Okay, so let's see if all of our work today pays off. Obviously, it's not yet feeding it in properly. I know it's a bit weird, but all I've got to do is just run conveyor belts in a nice, neat way from where they're coming out of into the train station, and make sure that everything's sinking that needs to be sinking. Okay, it is loading the N2 carriages, which is perfect, yep. And let's see if it can make it to assembling input 2. Okay, off we go. Okay, let's just see this. It should be fine because we know that the steel one can get there, but it's always fun to ride the trains. I love doing it. I love just riding the trains. I've made quite a few shorts about that actually. Okay. Now it looks like there's a lot of trains near this area, so we might have to wait. But we need to make sure that it unloads the rubber and the plastic as well. Yep, we're waiting for the iron train. Which one's going to have right of way? It's going to be us. So we're beating the copper and wiring train. That's good. So we're going to head in. There's no trains currently there. I hope we set these to unload. I'm just going to pop out a quick second and check that these are both set to unload. 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 Perfect. Okay, so then it should unload. Yep, it's picking them up. Perfect. And then it should put them into there. And as we're leaving, we should see them head up that those conveyor lifts. I can see one, I can see both. Perfect. Just heading up those lifts back there. Okay, so I think I got a bit frustrated and a bit flustered all at the end there. But we are going to be ending the stream here. So yeah. Thank you guys for putting up with me. I know it was a very number heavy, nerdy, logistics intense stream today, but we did have some fun moments as well, and we've made a lot of progress. Like I say, I will sort the find a nice neat way of getting all of the outputs from the conveyor belt into the train stations, and make sure we've got all the sinks and things and all that kind of stuff. I'll just do that when my brain isn't as fried, because it certainly is right now. But yeah, thank you guys very much for watching. If you subscribed on YouTube during the stream, then thank you very much and welcome on in. There is a full playlist of my Satisfactory VODs on YouTube, so you can watch everything there if you want to catch up on anything that I've done before. If you are watching on Twitch, you can of course follow. I'm not sure when my next stream will be, but yeah, it might not even be Satisfactory. I know we've done a big chunk of Satisfactory, and yeah, I might be doing something a little bit different. Of course, on Twitch as well, you can subscribe as well. If you have Prime membership, you can link your Twitch account and then subscribe with Prime. It doesn't cost you anything and it supports me. So yeah, I am also available on Instagram, on TikTok, where I post short form content, reels, TikTok, shorts. They're all the same thing, really, aren't they? Yeah, you can find videos on there. You can find me on Blue Sky. You can find me on. I have a Discord server, which if you do !Discord in the Twitch chat, or look in the description, you can find my Discord. Yeah, I think that's everything that I'm on. The list seems to keep growing. So yeah, oh, and make sure to like the stream, like the VOD, let YouTube know to push it out to more people. So yeah, thank you guys very much for watching. I will be ending at this point on YouTube, but if you stick around and head to Twitch, then we can decide who we raid. Thanks, guys.